السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يسعد الله بكم all my dear students of third year secondary at Rafi National Schools. Mr. Ahmed Hassan greets you all and wishes that you are all and I wish that you are all in good health. Now you can follow me on worksheets on model 1, the same lesson that we started yesterday, how to make a review on the model 1, the units 1 and 2. This is worksheets based on module 1. This you can follow me on page 6. Complete the word or phrase that produces a grammatically correct sentence. Guys, I just want you to follow me just to understand the grammar rules that we have in model 1, unit 1 and unit 2. Number 1, Tony was talking to his boss. We mean by boss is manager, the manager, for example. رئيس العمل. Space had just returned from a trip abroad. Guys, here we have the choices. Who, then we have which, whom, whose, and who is. In order to choose, this rule is what we call relative pronouns. How can we decide which one is right according to the word we refer to? Here we have the word boss. We refer to the boss, and it's followed by a verb. So we use who for people. So when we refer to people, we use what? Who. And here we refer to the boss. يبقى هو هنا يا شباب معناها الذي أو التي للعاقل ضمير أو اسم موصول يستخدم للإشارة إلى العاقل. إزاي بتقدر تحدد دايما إجابتك يا شباب من الكلمة اللي قبل الفراغ؟ شوف قبل الفراغ هو بيشير لإيه؟ هنا عندي كلمة boss اللي هو رئيس العمل المدير، يبقى هنا عاقل فنستخدم who. طب لو بنشير إلى شيء غير عاقل, when we refer to things we use which. When we refer to place we use where. When we refer to time we use when, and so on. But also we have whom and whose here in B and C, and they are used when we refer whom when we refer to an object. How can I decide or to people that it's an object? How can we know if we will use who or whom? If we had a verb, so we use who, and if we had a subject pronoun, if we have a subject pronoun, we use whom. And whose is used for possession. It's preceded by people, في قبلها عاقل وبيجي بعدها noun اسم الشيء اللي بيملكه لأن whose تستخدم للملكية. طبعا يا شباب إذا في أحد عنده استفسار يتفضل رافع يده. طيب نكمل. sentence number 2. أروي عن متابعتي اليوم في مراجعة القواعد. طبعا ما فيها كلمات متشابهة بيك بس تعرف إيه هي القواعد المهمة الموجودة في الباب الأول. Number 2, you space Kate before she found out. Now it's too late. Here we have should tell, shouldn't tell, should have told, shouldn't have told. All these answers are the same, they express advice. يعني الأربع اختيارات كلهم شباب بيأشروا على نصح. الفرق بس إن should tell و shouldn't tell for present للنصيحة في الحاضر في المضارع. Should have told and shouldn't have told ما كان ينبغي أن for the past when you regret doing something. And here you must decide whether we refer to present or past. You space Kate before she found out. found out. Here, found the past of find. So we refer to the past. So we will choose C or D. C and D واحدة affirmative and negative إثبات ونفي. شوف معنى الجملة. كان يجب أن تخبرها ولا ما كان يجب أن تخبرها قبل ما تكتشف. So you should have told Kate before you shouldn't have told Kate before she found out. Right? يعني كان ما كان ينبغي أن تخبرها. You should have told Kate before she found out. Now it's too late. يبقى يا شباب في جملة الأدفايس لازم تكرر الأول إن كانت present أو past، ومن خلال تحديد الزمن هنختار الإثبات أو النفي. Let's move to number 3. Here we have a new idea. Stop pretending to be confused. You are smart enough, space what I'm talking about. Here we have understand, understanding, having understood, and to understand. Here the idea is for the word enough, or the rule here about bare infinitive, full infinitive, and ing forms. This sentence is very important. Look here. Here, stop pretending. Stop pretending. Stop is followed by ing form. To be confused. Pretend to be. Pretend is followed by to plus verb 1 for infinitive. Here we have enough. When I say Ahmed is tall enough to play basketball. When I say he is smart enough to answer the question. This horse is strong enough to win the race. So what's is called or what we use after enough? We say what? To win, to answer. So it's followed by full infinitive to understand. That's the answer. Ahmed is you are smart enough to win or to understand what I'm talking about. It's answer number 4. Emily Emily couldn't help that she excuse me. Emily couldn't help that the long walk had exhausted her grandmother. It couldn't help is one of the expressions which is followed by what? Bare infinitive, full infinitive, or ing form. Guys, take care of the sentence. When I say I usually help my father fix the car, or I usually help my father to fix the car, both are right. When we use the verb help, help alone, help لوحدها شوية بيجي بعدها إما مصدر أو to والمصدر، يعني إما فاعل في التصريف الأول أو to والتصريف الأول الفعل. لكن هنا the expression couldn't help and can't help is completely different. After can't help and couldn't help, we use ing form, not saying. That's your answer. After couldn't help and can't help, we use ing form. Now let's move to sentence number 5. You space change out of your wet clothes, otherwise you will catch a cold. Here we have a new idea. It's about using modal verbs. When we want to give advice, we use what? had better. So the correct answer is had better. You had better change out of your wet clothes. يجب إنك تغير ملابسك المبتلة otherwise وإلا you will catch a cold. بنستخدم had better. Need is followed by to. Need to change. This is for obligation. Should better there is nothing called should better وده الخطأ الشائع عندكم كلكم. ما في حاجة اسمها should better لكن had better for giving advice. Needn't is negative, the meaning is not correct. So we say you had better. Now let's move to the following one. Number 6. The hotel space I stayed in was very comfortable. Take care. Here we have relative pronouns again. Hotel is a place, and for places we usually use where. I know, but here we have in. Take care of this word. When we have a preposition, so we refer to the thing. So we will use which. So the hotel which I stayed in, that's the answer. The hotel which I stayed in was very comfortable. Number 7. The book Space by Mary is definitely worth reading. The book is something. So the book which is written, okay, which is written by Mary, that's the main sentence. But when we make shorten the sentence, بنعمل اختصار جملة نقول the book written or the book which is written. لما نيجي نختصر ونحذف ضمير الوصل يا شباب راح نحذف verb to be ونخلي التصريف الثالث بس. The book written by a man. Number 8. When we refer to something, we use past participle, and when we refer to someone, we use ing form. The book is something, so we say written. Ibrahim claims space Rafael Nadal's most important or Nadal's best friend. Obviously, clearly, no one believes him. Here, guys, the correct answer is to be. Claims to be. Claim to be. Because claim is followed by full infinitive. 2 plus verb 1. يدعي أن. Number 9. After a serious argument last year, they stopped space each other. Stop talking. It's easy. Stop talking. Stop is followed by gerund or verb ing form. Number 10. Your space Colin driving a red Porsche. He doesn't know how to drive. Here we have a kind of deduction. When you make negative deduction, we say can't have seen. لا يمكن تكون شفت كولين سايق بورش وما يعرف يسوق. يبقى here we use negative. Can we say can't see? No, because we refer to the past. Okay? And here must see, must have seen is affirmative and it's not right. Guys, that's all for today. Thank you for your listening and attention. See you next class and goodbye.